welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I have to ask, how are you doing? Have you looked in the mirror today and told yourself that you're beautiful, you're worthy? If not, stop this video. Go ahead and do that. Come right back and then we can get started.
Yes, so in this new video, we're going to be talking to you guys about all the things that could have went wrong, that did go wrong on this virtual residency interview trail for us this season. So yeah, let's hop into this video.
Yeah. The beginning, it started out good for me. So for me, it started out good. Internet connection, stable. Webcam, perfect. Lighting, on point. Mm-hmm. And then as I got towards the end of my interview season, I don't know, my internet connection said, no, baby girl, we're not working anymore. Like, we're tired. We don't want to do this. And so it was like my last, I think, 3 interviews. So my third to last interview, like my connection was just horrible. Like I noticed it the day before during my interview session. I was like, it's okay. It's just a little glitch. Tomorrow's gonna be good. And then that morning, it just kept freezing. Like everything I would say would be frozen. I had to keep like reconnecting and disconnecting. And so by the time I actually got to like my actual interviews, I had to use my phone to call, like FaceTime, voice call these people. And thank God the program was very accommodating and they understood. So like one of the program directors was like, no, the program coordinator, she was like taking her phone to like each station because they were all in like the same area. She would like take her phone so I wouldn't have like their personal numbers if they didn't want to give it to me. And we would like have FaceTime and stuff like that. So that was like the absolute worst. Like I tried to shut off my computer and turn it back on. Like nothing was working. My internet connection just said no, not today. So that was like the worst one. And then I had another one like the next day and I was like, okay, we're gonna try to get this together. And so I tried to like disconnect my internet from like the actual connection like in my living room or whatever, tried to do that, and it was acting a little bit better and I got through that interview. But like y'all, the struggle was real. But it was funny because during one of those interviews when the people asked me tell me one word to describe yourself, and I was like resilient because of this right here. And she was like, that's a good word of the day because you, even though you have a lot of struggles right now, like you were coming through it, like your personality is still shining. Like I was like nervous laughing, like trying to make little jokes because my life was a shambles. So like a piece of advice throughout all of that, if your internet connection goes out, if like something horrible happens, like just keep a smile on your face and like try to stay positive, and people will see that. And then that's also something that they can like take note of because residency is not going to be easy. And so if you go through a struggle or if like you face chaos or like some unplanned event, like having the skills to be able to get through it, like it shows them a lot. So it ended up being like a positive, but in the moment, your girl was just But like towards my last interview, I realized I just need to come out to the living room and like it'll be more stable because for some reason my room was just acting up. And so like I figured that out. And so for my last interview, I just came to the living room and like it worked out. But
for me, I had an interview and I was actually interviewing with the program director. I think the interview before that was fine. It went really well. And then as soon as the interview connected, I was in the middle of my tell me about yourself spiel because I had that down pack. And all of a sudden, she starts freezing. I'm like, if she's freezing,
I know I'm frozen.
I'm frozen. So it never came back. My internet for that day, like, for some reason, I don't know, there was construction going on outside of my house. They turned off the internet at my house. And I was like, okay, so how am I going to do this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. So, like, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in the middle of the interview time period, I didn't have an interview. And so she ended up, my phone's on D&D, luckily I checked my phone, and she had called me from like, I guess her office phone number or whatever. And so she called me, and then I think one of the residents had called me, and I was like, yikes. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or whatever. And so then after that, I was able to like, I guess the internet came back, and then I was able to like hop back to where I was left off at. Because at first I was gonna like just go into her next question, because at that point we were like 15 minutes over our scheduled time, and so I feel like I was being rushed. But then like I was like, let me just hop back into the tell me about yourself spiel that I had, and she seemed very impressed that I was still able to like kind of like pick up from where I left off, like how you said, very seamlessly. And it really does show like under pressure, how do you react? Are you gonna fold? And so for sure. And I feel like because we kind of because we're in that generation where we're used to technology kind of like fumbling on us to a certain degree, the fact that we were able to just pick up and be like, okay, like, how do we do problem solving here?
How do I fix this?
How do we fix
this
this
is a problem, and I need to fix it.
So she had my number, and she's like, if case happens, I'll just call you on the phone. But luckily, we didn't have to do that. And then for another interview, my mic just stopped working, and I was like, the program director again. I was like, why are all my interviews messing up with my program director? Like, why is it that interview that it wants to mess up? My mic stopped working, and he couldn't hear me. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna call you. So we're gonna keep, since we can see each other, I'm gonna just call you, and then we're just gonna go through it that way. And so he was still able to see my face, and we were still able to like converse and all that stuff through the interview. I just had basically the phone audio to use, and then he could see my face. But other than that, like for the most part, a lot of my interviews went well. It was just that one that really it really shook me, because I was like, okay, if this is how it's going to be in my apartment, I don't want to interview here anymore. And so I went back to my mom's house, and like I interviewed for the most part. I was interviewing there. But yeah, interview season.
Yeah, it was rough, because I was like, dang, like they can't see my face. But I was like, okay, luckily, like they know what I look like, because they have my headshot. I was like, dang, like, because at least for the program director, I was able to like FaceTime her, so we were on the phone. And then, but there was one of them where like, I don't know, they were in the basement as well, so their connection was horrible. And then like my internet connection was on some other stuff. And so for one of them, we had to it was just a phone call. It was literally a phone call.
Really?
And then like that wouldn't even connect, because she was in the basement, so her connection on her phone was bad. And so that interview only ended up being like 10 minutes or less. And so like that conversation was like so short, and I don't know, but honestly, overall, and that was like a good school, but they were so sweet, and like they sent me like a little letter afterwards, and it was okay. But you just, I mean, stuff is gonna happen, and you just have to roll with it, and it's okay. And the thing is, like, during all of this is unprecedented times, and so like they understand that, you know, hiccups are gonna happen, and like everything's not gonna be seamless, but they just want to kind of see how you're gonna handle it. And so they know that like everything's not gonna be perfect, because on their end, everything isn't perfect either. Because I had an interviewer who didn't even show up for my interview because she was having technical difficulties.
Yikes.
And so we had to reschedule that interview for afterwards, and I was just sitting there like, where's my interviewer?
Waiting patiently on time.
If I do something wrong, like my internet connection
in
was
my
good.
room.
I was like, ooh, time's a ticket. After like 10 minutes, I was like, okay, is this like in college, like that 15-minute mark where like if they're not there, you just leave? I'm like, what is it? I eat. So, but they ended up, like, I reached out to them, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, technical difficulties, and so that was just rescheduled for the end of the interview day. And so, you know, you just have to be flexible, adaptable, like, and those are also characteristics that they're looking for. Don't take it personally. Don't think that they're gonna look at you a certain type of way because your internet connection was poor that day. Like, it's not a reflection of you on your quality. You as a qualified applicant, it doesn't really. To me personally, I wouldn't take it personally if someone's internet connection was not acting right on a specific day. That's just the era of Zoom. Like, everyone has had that problem. And it's okay. So they understand. It's just like, just handle it well. Like, don't just, like completely break down and fall apart. Like, it'll be okay. Please don't break down. Break down after the interview is over if you need to. If it was like your dream program. And then if like you really feel bad about it, like send a follow-up note and be like, I'm so sorry for like everything that happened, but I hope you were still able to get a good sense of like my personality and like my skill set and things like that. Like, there's ways that you can make it for your favorite, and they're gonna remember you. So, that's true. They're gonna remember how you handled it afterwards too. Like, are you gonna be seamless? Are you gonna keep like mentioning the hiccup that just happened? Are you gonna keep moving forward? You know what I mean? So this is like a short little video, but we thought it would be fun just to like share the things that happened to us, because it wasn't perfect. And I'm sure there's many other stories, funny stories, but those are like the ones that stuck out, things that happened to us. So let us know if y'all have any of these, what not to do, or like what happened, failures during virtual interviewing, whether that was med school, residency, whatever, a job. Let us know. We would love to laugh and read some of those in the comments. To laugh at your pain, okay? Because y'all can laugh at ours. It's okay. So we did have someone send us some lashes that we're currently wearing. So I still have the packaging. They came in this cute little baggie, this pink baggie, drawstring bag. And then once you open them up, you have the lashes. I currently have the lashes on. Same. I have the cookies and cream, and the eyelashes is bomb. Yeah, honestly, they're really nice. So we're gonna leave all the information down below. Thank you so much for sending these. You are amazing because you did not have to do that, but we appreciate it and we love them. So thank you.
Support Black businesses, y'all.
Yes,
so,
Black History Month.
But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to reach us at. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, or share with a friend
or 2 or 5 or 10, you know.
And we will see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.